Am I audible? Ma'am has joined, I hope so. I'm audible, Sakshi. I'm not audible.
You're audible, ma'am.
Okay. Hello, ma'am. I hope you are here. The group. I can see your name, but you're not audible and visible to us.
Am I visible now? Sorry, audible now?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, Dipti ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation and joining us.
You always give me some.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I always remember whenever it is an international webinar series, and I know that you are not in India, so I have to catch you over there. Thank you so much, ma'am, always helping me out and making others to learn with your vast knowledge regarding the research scenario. And today also you are here with us and you are going to be present on a very needful topic, that is how the we can go with the tools. So thank you so much, ma'am. I'm now handing over to Sakshi for the more introduction.
Jai Hind and good afternoon to one and all present here. On behalf of Samarpan Institute of Nursing and Paramedical Sciences, I, Sakshi Singh, welcome you all to day 5 of this international webinar series on the theme From Inquiry to Impact, Advancing Research Excellence for Evidence-Based Practice. We will be having two sessions today. The first session will be taken by Dr. Prema Balusamy ma'am. Ma'am is currently working as an assistant professor at the University of Hafar Al Batin, Saudi Arabia, since October 2019. And ma'am has over 21 years of experience in nursing education and research. Her prior leadership roles have been held as professor and principal at various reputed nursing institutions in India. PhD and MSc nursing scholars have been mentored by ma'am, contributing to the academic and professional development of future nursing leaders. Her research supervision has influenced advancements in nursing science, promoting critical thinking and scholarly inquiry. An international conference, sorry, and international conferences, ma'am has been addressed as a speaker on themes including nursing professionalism, digitalization in nursing, telemedicine, and research innovation. She has an international postdoctoral fellowship awarded by the University of Brunei Darussalam, funded by Sigma Theta Tau International and the International Doctoral Network. Ma'am has published more than 80 articles nationally and internationally. So I welcome ma'am for her topic.
I think ma'am is disconnected. Joining the Zoom. Please wait. Ma'am, am I audible? Ma'am, am I share or you are sharing the slide?
Yeah, you're audible. Is my screen is visible to you?
No,
Your
ma'am.
screen is visible?
No, ma'am.
Sorry, my screen is visible?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No?
Ma'am, reshare again.
Okay. Visible now?
Yes, ma'am. Now is visible your screen. Kindly slide show.
Yeah, if I'm going to slideshow, I wonder whether it is okay. Let me check. It's visible?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Yes,
fine.
ma'am. Thank you.
So is the time for me to start?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, all of you, respected ma'am and other dignitaries, those who are present here. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to have a webinar on the topic for inquiry to impact advancing research excellence for evidence-based practice. And I am with the topic of building smarter tools for efficient data collection. So at the end of the session, I hope the participants will be able to explain where the data collection is fits in the nursing process and could differentiate between the qualitative and the quantitative data tools and select the appropriate tools for given research topic or this topic, whichever you have selected for your research project, and recognize the features for smarter data collection in nursing research. Fine. So the efficiency of the smarter is very, very mandate in nursing research. Why? The nursing research, we all know, it is in systematic inquiry, which is designed to develop the evidence, the issue of importance to the nursing profession. Because the medical science and the nursing science is characterized by rapid, continuous advances, it should be disciplined in such a way to provide pertinent information which is helping us to give a quick decision making. Yes, my dear students, participants. So here we have a smarter tools. The smarter tools are essential to move away from historical and word spinning methodology towards a result in which we have to provide the high quality research. Instead of the tools which facilitate evidence-based practice, this helps us to devastating the clinical consequences that arise when practice is based on the traditional manner. Fine. Why the nursing research matters, impact of nursing research across the nursing roles. So what are the nursing roles or nursing scopes we have in general? In general, if you are seeing, we have a different nursing scopes, either in the form of the education or in the form of the practice or in the form of the research or in the form of the nursing informatics or in the form of the nursing administration. Hi, my dear students. Can I have hi from there? You can just shake all your hands. Yeah, wave. Fine. I could able to see. Thank you so much. Fine. So one such example we are having here, the first example, which is related to the nursing practice. Research directly fine, improves what nurses do at the bedside. For example, the studies on the pressure injury prevention have shown that regular risk assessment and systematic repositioning significantly reduces the pressure ulcers. So based on this evidence, we nurses have given a standardized assessment tools And evidence-based repositioning schedules has been incorporated in our nursing practice, and this has given us a chance to have improved patient outcomes. Here, research changes how nurses care for the patient. Next, related to the nursing education. Research also improves how nurses are taught. For example, studies comparing to traditional lectures with simulation-based learning shows that students who practice in simulation labs develop stronger clinical skills and they get more confidence. As a result, in our curricula, we have included the simulation and skill-based teaching strategies. So the research shapes how you are taught and how we have to teach, not just what you have to study. Next. Supporting policies and quality management, that is for nursing administration. In nursing administration, the research supports effective decision making. For research on nurse-patients ratios demonstrated that adequate staffing reduces the medication errors and improves the patient safety also. So based on this evidence, nursing administrators develop staffing policies and as well as there is a quality improvement programs. So the research guides the policies, staffing and quality care. And this research is advancing our nursing profession. How? Within the nursing itself, research generates new knowledge. For example, studies on nurse-led clinics have shown that nurses can independently manage the chronic disease conditions effectively. So this type of research expands nurses' roles and also it strengthens the nursing as a scientific and autonomous profession. So research helps nursing to grow as a profession. So nursing research is not done only for publications or for the completion of the graduations, or it directly influences the patient care, education quality, administrative decisions, and the future of nursing profession. That's why learning research is not just a requirement, it is a professional responsibility of us to improve our nursing profession. Fine. We are with the topic of building smart tool for efficient data collection in nursing research. The scope, whatever we have seen now, that has been done by using the efficient, smarter data collection. And this slides, if you are seeing, we have in-broad format, introduction, methods, results, analysis, and discussion. So as a novice researcher, as you are doing it, or the future researchers, or even the faculty researchers, or any researchers, either in the conferences, or in the thesis, or in the projects, or in the presentations, we are going to, or in the publications, we are going to follow this style. We have the introduction, we have the methods, we have the results, we have analysis, and we have discussion. Fine. Under this method, the data collections comes under methods. So the data collections is equally participating or it is present under this section of the methods. Fine. What is data collection? The data collection is a very, very critical steps in the research process, which is coming under the methodology. If you are seeing the research process, we have a question. For the question, we are going to formulate the research title. And for the title, we are formulating the objectives. And for the objectives, we are going to formulate or we are going to adapt the tool to collect the data. So the data collection involves the gathering piece of information. It can be in the form of the data or to answer the research questions or to solve the specific problems. We have seen few examples like pressures or alteration in the changing of the position. Nurse-led clinics in improving the morbidity, decreasing the mortality of the chronic diseases. So in this way, the research is helping us, and for that, the main aspect is the data collection. In quantitative studies, if you are seeing, this task occurs during the empirical phase. We have different phases of present. Under that empirical phase, we are having as a phase, and under this phase, we have this as a data collection method is present. If you're seeing the qualitative studies, I think yesterday's sessions, the last sessions, you might have known about what is a qualitative studies and what is a quantitative studies. Under the qualitative studies, if you're seeing, the data collection is iterative. It happens simultaneously with the sampling and as well as analysis. So this data will be collected till our data is getting saturation. Till we could not able to find the new information, we stop. If you're keeping on finding the new informations, we continue doing the data collection under the qualitative studies. Coming to the quantitative data collection, it is a data which consists of numeric informations that results in formal measurement, and it is typically analyzed using statistical procedures. And here, the researcher gathers this empirical evidence to minimize the bias and as well as to maximize the generalizability of our findings. What are the tools we can use under our quantitative research design? First, we can see structured self-reports. These involves formal written instruments. This can be the questions, and that questions can be you can give to the sample and collect, or it can be the interview schedule. We are going to the sample and we are collecting the informations, doing the interview, or this consists of closed-ended questions which we predetermine the responses. Hope you are following. So the structure self-reports is nothing but it is a questions. The questions we formulate already depending upon our research title, which is aligned with our research objectives. We do in the form of two. One, either we give the questions to them, they answer for the questions as you're writing your final exam, or interview schedule as you are sitting for your practical viva. Fine. We have two different studies here. One study with the title Hospital Nurse Staffing and Patient Mortality, Nurse Burnout and Job Satisfaction. This study, the author have used a tool, Marshall's Burnout Inventory Tool, to measure the levels of burnout and also to assess the job satisfaction, dissatisfaction among hospital nurses. See here, the Marshall's Burnout Inventory Tool is a questionnaire, is an instrument which is predetermined, which has its scores, which is validated. If you want to do the study on the same topic in your geographical area, you can use it because it is a validated tool which is present. Another author, if you're seeing, he has conducted the study to the test of ARCC model, whether it improves the evidence-based practice. And he has used Likert scale questionnaire. The Likert scale in the sense, either we'll be having as a 3-point scale or 4-point scale. Generally, we are going to use a 5-point scale. That is good, better, best, worst. In that form, it will be there where you have to rate it. Whereas under the questionnaire, you will be having like MCQs, you'll have the options, you have to choose one best. Likert scale, it is rating. It is you have to rate from one level to the other level. And usually we use the Likert scales to measure the beliefs, the attitudes. Fine. This is about the structure self-reports. Next tool we have here, we can go for the even direct structured observation. Like the examiners comes to your clinical postings during your exams. We directly observe how the students are doing the activities or care towards the patients. And here under the research, the researchers uses the checklist or even they use the rating scales 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5, 4, 2, 3, 1 to systematically record specific behaviors, events, or environmental conditions. Here we have an author who has conducted the study, effectiveness of hospital-wide program to improve the compliance with hand hygiene by using structured hand hygiene observation checklist, which is developed by the WHO to see whether the hand hygiene practices among the healthcare workers effectiveness. So this is structured observation. Coming next, we have here as a biophysiological materials. And this biophysiological tools which we are using is in vivo and also in vitro. What is in vivo? Which is directly on the living organisms with us. Example like blood pressure, heart rate. What is vitro? This is performed outside the body, that is a laboratory analysis. Here, author conducted a study by using the same tool, impact of workplace stress reductions program on blood pressure and emotional health in nurses, and he has used biophysiological measurement, that is blood pressure, heart rate, to evaluate the physiological outcomes. Next, we have here a tool which is visual analog scales, which measures the subjective sensations like pain along are used to transform the abstract attributes to numeric scores. We have some attributes. The pain levels is a visual analog pain. You will be knowing about that. We have the emojis are present. Depending upon the emojis, we have to choose which emoji is related to me when I'm having the pain. So here also we have a study that measures adult pain using the visual analog scales to quantify the pain intensity among adult patients. Next, we can use even the mechanical devices such as the eye cameras to capture the physiological reactions. Here an author conducted a study about the work stress and heart rate variability in nurses, using a heart rate variability by monitoring the device objectively to measure the stress responses among nurses. So these are the different types of tools which we can use in providing and collecting the data. So when we are conducting the quantitative data, go for the questions or conduct the interviews or using the any parameters, or you can go for the visual analog skills. Next comes here the quantitative research tool. So when it comes to this qualitative data collection method, this qualitative data is provided in the form of narrative descriptions rather than the numbers. It is subjective and focuses on understanding the human experience. How do you feel today? And the meanings people attribute to them in their own way, their living patterns, how they respond, how they psychologically feel. All these things we can do with the qualitative data. This qualitative data collection tool, first, it can be the unstructured or even it can be the semi-structured. Because these are conversational discussions where the researchers will be using a broad grant tool questions or a topic guide rather than a rigid questions. Here, the researcher will allow the participants to speak freely and get the information which is needed as per the title, as per the research, what he want to do. Depending upon the response which the participants is giving, accordingly the questions can be formulated. That is unstructured. Sometimes in semi-structure we have some questions. We start with and we add an additional questions as the participants is answering. Here we have an author who conducted a qualitative study. And what he has done is he studied about the nursing experiences in providing the palliative care in hospital setting. So we can do the qualitative study among the students, those who are sitting there and hanging for me. We can ask here, how is your experience in attending the webinar related to the data collection, which is delivered by Dr. Prema? Unstructured. The way you are giving the answers, we can create the questions for you. If I feel the same repeated answers is given, not new answers is going to come, then I'm going to stop. That is called as data saturation. In the case of qualitative. And remember, in the qualitative, the sample sizes differs and it is very small. Whereas under the quantitative, as for the need of the study, we have a larger sample size. This gives a live experience as I'm asking with you. How was your experience in your webinar? That is qualitative. Fine. Next. Even we can have the focus group. What is a focus group? Interviews are conducted in a small groups of the people to obtain a group-based knowledge. Come on, make a table, coffee table, okay? If you want tea, chai table also you can make. Sit around, predetermined questions, structured questions or not unstructured questions can be there. The focus group discussions, one person will be there to monitoring the things. Other person will be there to ask a question. And the questions always should be asked and the response always to be taken from all the members, those are present in the focus group, not only from one member, whomever is having the answers or giving the answers repeatedly. Again, we have here an author who conducted a study. Wow. He conducted the study on nursing students' perception on simulation-based learning. And he has used focus group discussion to explore shared learning experiences, and also he has done the peer interactions among the undergraduate nursing students. Next, coming to the participant observation. What is participant observation? One of us can sit along with you when you are attending the webinar and observe you how you are attending the webinar. This is a method where researcher joins a social group, as some of us may sit along with you, or the culture being studied to observe the activities and experiences inside the perspective. And here, most of the times, two different things are present. Sometimes the participants will be knowing that they are observed. And it is very ideal to get the exact information when the participants knows blindly the observation is done. Means the researcher observation is done among the group, but the participants may not be knowing that it is observed. So when we don't know that the observation is not done, then we will be giving a free expression, we will be giving a free informations, we can express very lively, where we will be getting a rich source of data that will be helping us to enhance our professions. Here you see author. What is the name is given for the author? Are the students able to read that? Yeah, I'm hearing Bridges. Yeah, the Bridges have conducted ethnographic qualitative study. I'm sure you might have known what is known as ethnographic in the previous lecture. Communication practices among nurses in acute care units using participant observation. And he has explored real-time communication patterns and professional interactions in the clinical setting. Yes. Next, we have a narrative records. What is this narrative records? This is your personal document. It can be the diaries, it can be the letters of the persons, it can be the logs, it can be the maintenance of detailed field notes. We take that records and we are conducting the qualitative study. Suddenly, I'm remembering, hope everybody might have heard about this film, Titanic. Jack, Rose. Yes? Remember, if you have heard about Jack, raise your hands. Jack and Rose in the Titanic. Yes. If you're saying in the beginning of the film, reporters will be coming to the Rose and they will be asking about the informations about the diamonds and about the stories. Like that only the film moves on, right? That is a way of getting the narrations. That is a way of getting the data in the form of the qualitative. It's just an example. Tomorrow in your exam, if the question is coming, write about the qualitative data. If you are writing Jack and Rose, the answer will be EGG. Andaka, anda, fundaka, funda, you will get. Yes. This is, I'm giving you as an example for you, basically to understand how the qualitative data will be present. Fine. Coming to next, visual methods. This is by using the photos, interview guide or photo voices. This can be used to conduct the research. So it is conduct a qualitative study, a researcher is done, exploring the nurses, work environment by using photo voice methodology. They use the photo voice to explore what is the perceptions of the nurses, workplace challenges they are facing through participant generated photographs. Visual methods. Next, we are having here as the projective techniques. Here, we'll be showing something and we'll be asking, saying that what this picture looks like for you. So for somebody, it may looks like a heart. For somebody, it may looks like a hell. For somebody, it may looks like a different aspects. How they are perceiving, accordingly, the result will be done. And here, if you're seeing, the author has conducted a study exploring moral distrust among critical care nurses using projective techniques, including sentence completion tasks to explore underlying emotional responses and also moral experiences. Fine. We have a projective technique questions here. Today, I feel I am. You can fill up whatever you want. You students, you tell yourself, today I'm feeling like I am. Depending upon the answers, what it is coming from you, it is projecting us some information about how do you feel. But always I advise you to say that whenever the question comes as I am, you have to tell I am amazing. I am beautiful. I am wonderful. I am helpful. Yes? Louder. I am amazing. With hands. Can you shake both the hands? I am amazing. Both the hands. Both the hands. I am amazing. I am amazing. I am amazing. Whenever, because words are power, my dear students. So whenever you're having a chance to talk within yourself, please use the positive statements about yourself. Don't go for logical thinking. Sometimes your logical thinking will tell, saying that no, you are lying. No, don't think logically. Sometimes you put yourself as I'm amazing. Imagine yourself as I am amazing. Visualize yourself. Principal ma'am is calling you on the stage and telling you are a very amazing student in this batch. Daily you visualize this. One day on the stage you will be present where ma'am is appreciating you, saying that I am an amazing student. Fine. Keep this in your mind as always. Coming to the data collection, how I can design smarter tool data collection. The webinar is about building a smarter tools for efficient data collection. Till now, we have seen about what are the different methods of data collections tools are present. Fine. Some masters are present here, or even some faculties, those are interested in different types of research design. You might have done, you are doing with the quantitative, now you can go for the qualitative, or you are done with the qualitative, now you can go for the quantitative. How I can feel that my tool is going to be the smart? First of all, fix with your title efficiently. If you are the student, no-wise researcher, you fully align yourself with your supervisor. Whomever is aligned for you or assigned for you to supervise your project, please be aligned with them. Get the confirmation from them about your research title. Get the approval of your research objectives. According to the objectives, you will be knowing what type of tool is needed for you. When you are formulating that, or when you are sitting as a reviewer for a journal, or when you are sitting as an observer for any scientific presentation, you can use these tips in your mind to check whether the tool what they have used is a smarter. The first tip is a clarity. The tool whatever we are using should be clarity, should be present, which ensures that every item in the data collection tool is easily understandable and interpreted uniformly by all participants. All participants is thinking in the same way. You should not give different meaning for one participants and other different meaning for the other participants. Clear wording should be present so that no misinterpretations are there. Measurement error should not be there, and the respondent should not get the confusions. Research consistently shows that always the unclear questions have the compromised data accuracy regardless of the sophistications of analysis using later. You use different types of analytical tools. You have different types of research analysis. The well advanced research analysis you're doing. But still, if your data is not accurate, it is not going to help you to have the efficient, good, evidence based research. And it is going to be a problem later. Please do see the tool, whatever you're using, it is simple. Simplicity refers to designing a tool that are concise, focused, free from unnecessary complexity. Simple tools reduce respondent fatigue, improves the completion rates, enhances the response accuracy. Evidence suggests that how much our tool is shorter, how much our tool is well targeted, it gives us a high quality data so that we are getting a rich data source. If you have more number of questions, you will feel tired. I can't answer this question. Maybe after 5 or 6 or 7, you will feel tired. You may not feel interest to answer that question. You may skip it, or just you can give random answers where the real exposures of you we may not get. My supervisor, when I was doing the UG, she used to tell me the questions what you're formulating, the school children, whomever is in the grade 7, should be able to read your question and understand the question. So when you're doing the research, your tool should be in such a clarity and it should be in a simple way. Next, it should be feasible, realistic. It should be able to available for us to assess or get the information within a time. It should not take more time from the respondents. Check with the resource. It's all be easy for you to go with the resource. And setting in the sense the place where you are going to do your study. So the feasible tool aligns with the participants' workload and the researcher's capacity. The nurses, working nurses are your sample. Do you feel they will sit together 2 hours, 3 hours with you to give your data? Of course, they will give. That depends upon our research questions and as well as the research objectives and as well as the researchers. But always we have to see it is feasible for us within a time, within resources, within setting. And nowadays we have a smarter online data collections tools. Very easy, very smart, very feasible. Tools that are Google survey. I mean to say the Google survey. Tools that are impractical often result in incomplete data, low participation, will not get an adequate data. So the incomplete informations will be there, so we may not get the rich information. Clarity, feasibility, simplicity. Next comes the data integrity. What's the data integrity? It refers to the consistency. It refers to the accuracy. It refers to the completeness of data collected throughout the research process. Smarter tools always should be standardized administration. You should reduce the variability. You should support the data handling. High data integrity always strengthens the confidence in findings and ensures that results truly reflect the phenomena whichever we are studying. So, smarter tools are designed to minimize bias arising from leading questions, social desirability, researcher influence. So always use neutral wording, standardized procedures, appropriate tool selection to reduce the systematic error. So the lower biases enhances the objectivity of findings and also improves the trustworthiness of research conclusions. Don't worry, be aligned with your supervisor. She or he will be guiding you to make your tool how smart you can make. At the same time, now the resources are like ocean. With your self interest, you can also find the different variability of the informations to make your tool smarter. Next comes here the smarter tool as for the outcomes. You have formulated the tool. Example, you keep in mind for now questions. You have formulated the questions. They are going to assess the knowledge of the students related to the data collection methods which is used in the research. Title is ready. Assessing the knowledge of the nursing students related to what we are regarding what? Regarding the methods of data collection used in the nursing research. This is the title of your study. So what is our objective? To assess the nursing students' knowledge. Related to what? Related to data collection method. So what you're going to do? You prepare a question, maybe 20 MCQs. MCQs in the sense you understood. We have 4 options. One is the correct option, another 3 is the wrong options. The questions when you're formulating, keep the secret in your mind. It should be simple. It should have clarity. And also it should be in such a way that consistencies are present throughout the participants. That tool now you are going to make it as a valid. So how you are going to make this as a validate? When the data collection tools are clear, simple and aligned with the research objectives, they are more likely to measure the intended variable accurately. So smarter tools therefore strengthen the validity by ensuring that conclusions based on the data that truly represents a concept under investigation. In a simple line, validity in the sense it has to measure what it has to measure. Weighing machine has to measure the weight. With the weighing machine, whether we can measure the height? No. Fine. You are sitting in your exam hall. You prepare for the exam. Okay, go to the specialty. You are sitting for a community exam. The question paper is given for you. Time starts now for you. You're reading the questions. When you're reading the questions in your community exam, the first question is present. Define research process. You will answer for the question? How many of you are going to answer for your question? Raise your hands who will not answer for the question. Good. Why you are not going to answer for the questions? I'm sitting for community exam, but the paper is related to. Thank you so much for raising your hands. I clap for everybody. I'm sitting for the research community exam, but the question is on the research. So the question paper is not measuring what it has to measure. That is, it has to measure the community, but it is measuring the research. So it is not valid. It's clear for you? What is validity? Fine. Next, what is the next thing I have to keep? Credibility. It reflects how believable and defensible the research to the supervisors, examiners, ethics committees, and journals. The well-designed data collection tools demonstrate methodological rigor. Studies with transparent, justified tools are more likely to be trusted and accepted by the academic and as well as the professional community. So acceptable for the professional communities, accessible, this credibility we can do in the form of the pilot study and in the form of the reliability. So whatever tool you're formulating, either you use the standardized tool which is readily available for you. If it is open access, use it openly. If it needs permission from the respective concern, take the permission. If you are creating the tool, even creating the tool is also a research. If you are creating or developing a tool, you see that the validation is done by giving this to the experts, get their opinion in the form of the validation. Experts in the sense, whomever in the specialization, whomever is the research, whomever in the statistics. Go for the pilot study, take a minimum sample, 10% of your original sample, do the study and find out whether it is a feasible, whether it is good. Language, simplicity. And also we can go for the reliability by using the standardized data analysis. We can check the reliability of the tool, whether it is going to be help me in a way of smarter. Coming to the next, efficiency. Smarter data collection tools always streamline the research process by reducing the errors, missing data it needs for repeated data collections. Efficient tools saves time, saves effort, and resources. It allows researchers to focus on meaningful analysis and interpretations rather than correcting the preventable methodological problems. And you see, whatever we are doing, it should reach to our larger population. We have to disseminate our research work. Disseminations can be done in the form of the conference, present your paper, or you can publish in the research article in the journals. So your data collection tool, when it is smart, when it is having a high quality data collection, is critically determined whether the research is publishable. The journals will be closely watching, evaluate whether it is methodologically sound, especially tools and procedures. Smarter tools strengthens the method section, reduces the reviewer's concern, and slightly increases the likelihood of acceptance for the publications. So I have to keep in mind my tool is having a clarity. If the questions are clear and easy to understand, my tool is a smart. My data collection tool is a simplicity. It is short and focused. my tool is difficult to use in practice, then it is not smart. My data is having inconsistency or something is missing, then also it is not smart. My data are accurate and it is complete, then it is smart. My data is having neutral questions and less bias. Always in research we have less. Always we have research in minimizing. When I done the validity, it measures what it should measure. And when I went for the credibility, yes, it is trusted. Yes, thank God. My tool saves the time and my effort. And I am with the higher chances of publication. So clap for myself. My tool is smart. So this smartness is appreciated in the form of this clarity, simplicity, feasibility, data quality, bias, validity, credibility, efficiency, and it is publishable. Whichever tool you want to use, you can use depending upon the research design what you are using. The research design is nothing but either the qualitative and the quantitative. It's a general term. Inside you can go for the different research design. That's why I told you, please fix with your supervisor. You can join together and you will be working. What type of research design, what is your objectives, what type of data tool is needed there. Any doubts? Any doubts? To build smarter tool for efficient data collection in nursing research. This webinar is giving you light about what are the different types of data collection tools are there. It's not restricted to the tools whichever you have seen here. The tools can be varied, it can be included, it can be excluded depending upon your research objectives. On a whole, if your tool has to be smart, these are the criteria you have to keep in your mind. In conclusion, effective nursing research always depends upon smarter data collection tools. You have a very excellent research topic, you have efficient research tool objectives, you have a very, very rich data analysis you would like to do in the form of descriptive or in the form of the inferentials. For everything, the backbone is the data collection tool. Without data collection tool, efficiently or smartly, our research is not going to be fulfilled or it is not going to achieve the purpose. So clear, simple, feasible, and unbiased. And you have to design thoughtfully so that it is strengthened with the validity, credibility, and efficiency. Ultimately, improving the research quality, supporting evidence-based practice, and increasing the likelihood of meaningful impact and publications. Go to your library, you can refer the previous thesis, how your seniors have done. You can take the reference, how they have done it. You can go to the search engines, either the PubMed or Singhal. You will get the informations. Be smart in getting guidance from your teachers and the supervisors. Do the research in such a way, in a passion of that I would like to do something towards my profession to improve my professional growth. Of course, we start our research journey in the form of partial fulfillment of the either in the UG or in the masters our initial statement is like partial fulfillment. With that partial fulfillment only, we are getting the eligibility, we are getting the thought process, we are getting the more views about how to do the research. Most of the researchers, if you're seeing, during the students period, we do more research, maybe associated with the academic. Even some researchers after the student period in the professional is also done. But the report is giving us information. The first and foremost, it is associated with either professional growth or either what is it, promotions. The research interest towards improving our profession, is it present? Yes, it is present. I wish everyone to see that you are going to involve yourself in putting your effort either in a group project or in the multidisciplinary project, and see that our discipline is going to get a professional growth. Self-care is first, then we are going for the professional growth. With this, I would like to end this chance which is given for me to have a talk under the international webinar series, From Inquiry to Impact, Advancing Nursing Research Excellence for Evidence-Based Practice, with my topic, Building Smarter Tools for Efficient Data Collection. Please check whether the photo which is there and which you are seeing now lively, whether I'm matching. Means the way I'm sitting, I'm asking.
Much matching, ma'am. Completely matching.
Matching. Thank you so much.
The Shank sir, see,
Thank you,
if any
ma'am.
doubt
Thank you for
is
the
there.
chance.
Thank you so much, ma'am. When you are coming India, you are not telling to anyone. That time we could have planned for the physical, anything physical.
Yes, sure,
When you are
ma'am.
leaving from the airport, only I'm getting the news that you are going back. So always it is webinar.
Ma'am, once I will sure we will have one live session with the students.
That is good, ma'am, because then we are preferring this, but somehow we need to be collect the more information and good speakers lectures from outside also, because they are not available in India. So for that, the webinar is best way to get you people in the India back. But yes, of course, when you are here in India, we could have find out with the physically aspects and they can be more benefited. And here in the other participants from other countries also, because this webinar is associated with Damila University, Philippines. So they are also here listening you from their country. So it is really good when you will be here physically with us. Hopefully soon we'll get you back. When you are coming back to India again? Is it in December?
Maybe June.
June.
Yeah,
Okay.
June end. No, ma'am, if really a big panel of international conferences arranged in the sense, I can take the permission from my university to come
Then you
down.
can come.
Yeah.
Then I
If
will
any
come back.
feasibility is there, we can even work like that.
Definitely, I will come back with the proposal for our upcoming international conference. That is in exactly in December, actually. So we'll see what is going to be work out from your side on this scenario.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I am very much happy and feel proud that I selected a very perfect person to be deal with the particular topic, that is the uh, smart tools, how to prepare smart tools. And you covered everything, that whenever you are going to be prepared, the tools must be accurate, clear, easy, understand with your own experience from your UG and UPG. You have put it that what your teacher said, how you started with the journey in the research, that was really catching for each and everyone, including me too. And also you have focused on how we have, when we are going for the tools, that must be short and focused. That is really good, because we are seeing now in these days there are long tools are available. People are getting fed up with that only reading. When we are putting for any research now, they're saying how much we have to write, how much we have to read. So yes, it is short and easy. It will be good for everyone to be get it. So yes, this is the wonderful things you have added, and the accurate data you focused on that. And that whatever the tools you are preparing, the data must be accurate. That must be measurable. That must be researched and trusted for everyone, and saves and means save time and effectless. फटाफट कर लो आप उसको. So yes, and the chances for the higher for the publication. So whatever was added means it was up to the marks. The all the PPT's points were up to the marks, and you put it the defective, trusting, research based, everything is there. Then how they can go with the smart tools. So thank you so much, ma'am. You given a lot in a very short time. That is only 1 hour to us, and we hope I'm hoping that the participant, the delegates from different places, they were benefited with this lecture, and in the future also we will have you here with us for some different topic, for some different webinar, seminar, conference, or international conference. So once again, ma'am, on behalf of Samarpan Group and the Dalimila Filipino and entire delegates sitting here, you can see in the auditorium there are all the students are seated there, and the groups joined with one in action on the participant base. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being the part of this international webinar series, from inquiry to impact, advancing research excellence for evidence based practice. Thank you so much, ma'am. Now we are getting
My
back
pleasure,
to
ma'am.
the
Thank you.
Dr. Radhika for the that bibliography writing, actually AP, and this is going to take after you just. So thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Just check out whether Radhika madam had joined or not. I will call.
Yes, ma'am. राधिका नहीं मैम, राधिका मैम के नाम से करो.
Right. Good afternoon, ma'am. Thank you so much. You are muted. Welcome back to Samarpan once again. Prema ma'am is here. We are just benefited with the smart tool, organization and development. Now we are. You are muted. You are still muted.
मैम मैं ओपन कर दिया मैम, बोल सकते हो.
Okay,
Okay.
now you are unmuted. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Looking
Hi,
so
ma'am. Good
beautiful on us,
afternoon.
as always.
Thank you,
Happy
ma'am.
Saraswati
Prema,
Puja.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It is going on, ma'am. So
Okay.
grandly it is going on, puja in our college.
Prema is saying hi to you. Hello
Hi,
from.
ma'am.
Hi, Sudha.
I know,
How are
ma'am.
you?
Prema, ma'am.
Yeah, I know
I'm
that
good.
you
Yeah.
How
you
are
both
you?
know each other. That also I know. I am the
Yeah.
common friend of you.
Nice. Nice to meet you after a long time.
Yes, yes. It's really after a long time, very, very long time.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you, ma'am?
Really. How are you, ma'am?
Yeah, good, good, great.
Next time we will have her here in India physically with you, Radhika madam.
Yes, ma'am. Sure. Sure, ma'am.
Because she is not always she is in webinar with us. I think this is the fifth webinar. Fifth time she
Yes,
is
ma'am.
speaker with
Yeah.
us. So next time we'll definitely try to have madam as a physical. So thank you
Yes,
so
ma'am.
much, Radhika madam, for joining us and accepting our
Thank you,
invitation.
ma'am.
A very short period, I must say, at the end.
Okay.
And you said, okay,
It's
I will be happy with 23. So thank you so much. Today, Radhika madam is going to take the topic regarding the how to write the bibliography, and she will focus on that. Now I request Shakshi Singh for the further introduction of Dr. Radhika. Yes.
So I'll have the honor to introduce ma'am. So ma'am is currently serving as Associate Professor at IGIMS College of Nursing, And ma'am has also formerly held positions as principal, vice principal, and HOD of pediatric nursing at various prestigious institutions. Ma'am has over 26 years and 6 months of experience in collegiate nursing programs. Ma'am is registered as nurse and midwife since 1999 with international qualifications status through CGFNS and NCLEX RN 2008, Michigan State Nursing Council, USA. Ma'am has guided more than 600 undergraduate projects and over 50 postgraduate dissertations in pediatric nursing. Among academic and research contributions, ma'am has published 5 patents from 2022 to 2025 involving innovative healthcare technologies, including machine learning for glycemic variability, blockchain for medical data control, and IoT-based detection devices. Ma'am is author of 35 research papers in national and international journals, focusing on neonatal care, pediatric emergencies, and nursing education. Ma'am serves as a reviewer for the Malaysian Journal of Nursing and was the editorial secretary for the Narayana Nursing Journal. Ma'am is also appointed as chairperson of the Ethics Committee for the Northeast Zone Clinical Nurse Research Society 2025. To her name, ma'am has several awards and honors, including People Transforming Nation Award, Indian Achievers Forum 2023, Asian Best Teacher Award, Eduvate Foundation 2023, Best Researcher and Best Academician Award, Scientific International Publishing House 2023, and Global Educator Excellence Award UIJIR Academic Research Foundation 2022. To talk about her expertise and technical assignments, ma'am serves as a state trainer for Prerna and nodal officer for the mission Unayan Mentor-Mentee program in Bihar. Ma'am is appointed as a PhD thesis evaluator and panel member for SRM University, Meenakshi Deemed University, and Kerala University of Health Sciences. And ma'am is life member of TNI and RSI, Sigma Nursing International, STTI, and the Critical Care Nurses Society. So everyone, here it is Dr. M. Rathika, Associate Professor, College of Nursing, IGIMS Patna, Bihar. And ma'am would be taking the class on the topic Introduction to Referencing Styles in Research, APA and Vancouver. Welcome on board, ma'am. Here you go.
Ma'am will share her own slide now. Yes, yes.
Yes.
Visible?
Good afternoon, respected principal ma'am and the faculty of Samarpan Institute of Nursing. I would like to express my sincere thanks to Principal Dr. Deepti ma'am for giving me an opportunity for today's session. Thank you, ma'am. It's my pleasure always to take a session for you, whether offline or online. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity, and thank you for giving me such a nice introduction. Thank you. Let me start without delay. So today I'm here to talk about referencing styles. So may I ask a question? What do you mean by referencing style? Any style? Do you know any idea you have? Referencing styles? Okay, so ma'am, am I audible? Deepti ma'am? Am I audible, ma'am?
Ma'am, you
Yes,
are very
ma'am.
well audible. You carry on, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Yes, ma'am. Okay. So referencing is what is referencing? Let's see what is referencing, and we'll see some of the styles, especially APA and Vancouver style of referencing. We will discuss in detail. So what is referencing? It's a standard way of acknowledging why you have to refer when you submit an assignment, or when you do a research, or when you write a research paper. Why you have to refer, do the reference. So referencing is a standard way of acknowledging the sources of information which you have used in your document. In that way, you are giving credit to the author, or the credit to the resource what you have used in your document, so that it gives credibility to your assignment, and also you are acknowledging the person or acknowledging the resource which you have cited in your work. So the references are typically listed at the end of the chapters or thesis. When you write a research chapters, at the end of the chapters, you will have a reference chapter. So what are the what are the terms? There are different terms when coming to reference style. So there are different terms you can come across like citation, reference, and bibliography. What is the difference between these three terms? Like citation tells the readers where the information come from in your writing. You cite or refer the source of information in your text. Okay, so cite means it is when you are referring a resource in your text. So you are citing the resource of a person with author or the details in your document, so that you give credit to the resource or the author or the ideas from where you have taken. Coming to reference, it cites the list of the works which that specifically support the particular article. So you make at the end, as I said, when you do a research, when you write a research, either you book a research, when you write a research project, or when you publish an article, or even when you write a assignment, you make a list of references. So references, the reference means, or it refers to the list of works that specifically support the particular article. So what are the resources you have cited in your research work or in your assignment? That is the meaning of the reference. Coming to bibliography, these two things, you may think that it is closely same, synonymous, but there is a different meaning for bibliography and reference. Reference includes all the list of the works which you have specifically cited in your work, in your text, or at the end of the chapter. But bibliography, it is the list of sources which has helped you in the background work, and also to make your work. You may or may not have cited in your written text or in the list. Okay, so this is the bibliography, means which would have helped you in the background work, and also you may not have cited. So that is the bibliography. These are the different terms. Now coming to why do we need to refer, or why do we need to learn about referencing styles in, especially in nursing? Okay, so first beginning only I told, why do you cite a author or resource in your work, even if you write an assignment or you write a research paper, when you publish, or when you write the research project, writing the research chapters for dissertation, and in BNC for research project, to give credit to the concepts and ideas of other authors. So you cite the work or the resource to give credit to the original author whose idea you have used in your text. Okay, and to provide the reader with the evidence of your reading, so the one who is reading your text in text, or the assignment, or the research paper, they will get the evidence like from where you have got this source. Okay, and to enable those who read your work to locate the site references easily, so it will be easy for the reader to access the resources which you have used in your text or in your reference list. So it helps them as a resource to find, so further they can refer. And also the main thing, we need to give credit to the author, or credit to the resource in your text, or in text, or the reference list, to avoid plagiarism. So plagiarism is, it means that copying the work of others, copying the ideas or the work of other person without giving due credit. So it is also can be said as a scientific theft. It is a scientific misconduct. So to avoid plagiarism, you have to give due credit to the authors or the work. Okay. And let's see the types of referencing styles. There are so many referencing styles. So mainly what topic given to me is APA style and Vancouver style. There are other styles like Harvard style and MLA style, and so many other things are there. But we are going to focus on APA and Vancouver style of referencing. So now let's see what is APA. Can anyone say what is the full form of APA? I hope I'm audible. So it is displayed in my slide also. So it refers to American Psychological Association. So it is a style of author date style. So the citation in the text consists of the author and the year. So it is simply, you can say it is a author date style. That means in your citation, the name of the authors and the year will be, the year of publication will be available in the round bracket or in the text, you can see. So this is based on the content which we are going to discuss is based on the revised manual of a American Psychological Association 2019 7th edition guidelines. Based on these guidelines, the following information are presented. So what is my focus of presentation? So how to format in-text citations. So when you are writing or when you are writing an assignment or when you are working for a research paper, in text citations, when you are writing the text, how do you cite an author or a source? And next is how to format the reference list. So how to format, when you make a compiling the references list, how you are going to format, in which format you are going to compile your references list. So these are my focus. Now, do I need to reference everything? So do you need to refer everything? So what you need not refer? So if there is a general knowledge and scientific truth, universal truths or history dates, is these things, there is no need to cite. And what you need to refer, what you need to give reference or citations when you are, so the opinions and ideas of others, if you are using the theories, if any statements of the other person or the author, and statistics and all these materials like graphs, tables, books, journals, posters, visuals, and conference proceedings, manuscript in unpublished article is called as a manuscript, and any government publication, thesis, dissertation, MSc students do research and make a dissertation. Even BSc students make a research project and write your research chapter. For everything, you need to have even magazines, newspapers. For all these things, you need to do reference. Then coming to, let's see what is the APA style overview in simple. So I already told you, it is in simple way to say, you can say it is a author date citation system. So it corresponds to the word of reference entry. So how you are going to do it in this style? You add the author name and date when you are citing your source in your text. So there are two parts of referencing in APA. First one is the citations within the text. The next one is the reference list at the end of your paper. So when you are writing the text, how you can cite, that is the first part. And second is at the end, you are going to compile your list of references. That is the second part. Okay. So in this, what are the general guidelines? So there are some general guidelines according to the 7th edition. So there is some previously, there are some changes have been made in the revised edition of the 7th edition of APA guidance manual. So here it is, the general guidelines given are use a clear and concise language. So when you are using a text, you have to use a clear and concise, that whatever you write, it should be brief and short. And numerals, so when you use the numerals up to 10, it should be spelled out. That means if you are using 0 to 10, so you have to spell it out, 1, O-N-E, 1, 2, like that you have to spell it out. And more than 10, if you are using numerals more than 10, it can be expressed as a number like 11, 12, all these can be written as number. And when you are using the text, you should use the past tense verbs should be used to refer to the events which occurred in the specific point at the past. So you should write in the past, like you have completed your data collection, and you have completed your pilot study, you have completed your main data collection, then you are going to write your research. So your methodology, everything, it should be in the past tense. And when you use in APA, it is given like, instead of using we, like in editorial part, instead of using we, use I. And also do not use he or she. So when you're particularly talking about a particular source and author, instead of denoting them as he or she, you use they. Even the singular word also should be denoted as they, or or when you are citing a rephrase sentence. And you should use the avoid using the biased language which reveals the sex and gender and disability, socioeconomic status, like poor and all. No, you should be very sensible when you are using these type of sensible labels like poor poverty. So people live in poverty. Like that, you have to make a sensible sentence. So these are some of the guidelines given, made revisions in the 7th edition. So, and also there are more options of fonts, styles and size which you can choose. The revised guidelines have given these are the options. So you can go for a Times New Roman style, and the font size is given. Then Arial, you can use font size 11, and Georgia 11 point, and Calibri 11 point, and Lucida Sans, you can go for a 10 point. So these are the accepted font styles and the size for writing your in-text citations or writing your content. Then coming to what is the in-text. So we have seen key APS style, there are two types of referencing, or two parts are there in the APS style. First one is in-text citations, that is within the text when you are writing a paper, how are you going to cite an author within the text? And the second part is after writing all the chapters or after completing your assignment, at the end you compile the reference list. So these two parts. So what do you mean by in-text citations? So in-text citations, when you are supposed to use, when you will do. So when you summarize or paraphrase or use the quotations of other sources. So now about the summary, paraphrasing and quotations, we will discuss in detail later. So summarizing means you are summarizing in brief from the original author. Then also you have to give credit to the original resource from where you have taken. So when you summarize the original idea in brief from the original. And also paraphrasing. Paraphrasing is putting in your own words from the original author. The idea meaning will same. That means you are using word by word, rephrasing the word which has been used by the original author. Instead of copying the exact words, you are rephrasing the words word by word in your own words. So when you are rephrasing, then also the original idea of the resource, you have to give the citation. You should give acknowledgement and give due credit. And sometimes quotations, you will use quotations when it is not possible, because originality of the concept will it is not allowing, or it is limiting the scope of rephrasing. Then you will go for directly quotations which is given by the actual author in his own words. When you quote like that, so the same thing you will quote, then for that you have to cite. So these, in all these areas, you are going to cite in-text citations. You are going to do during summarizing, during paraphrasing, and also quotations. So now how to cite the authors? How many authors? So it depends. So when you are writing in text, like either you summarize or paraphrase or you are using the quotations. So how to cite the author? It depends on how many authors you are being cited, how many authors are being cited, and whether the citation is made as part of the sentence or at the end of the sentence. So when you make a in-text citation, there are two ways you can. So in the beginning, as part of the sentence also you can cite, or at the end of the sentence also you can cite. So let's see about. So in the sentence, so here also I have given examples. So in the text, when you are making Caras 2020 in round bracket, the date is given in the round bracket and author's name is written, and it is the beginning of the sentence. Okay, Caras offered an example of a narrative in text. This is an example of a narrative in text citation. So in the sentence, within the sentence, you are citing the source within the sentence. The next one is end of the sentence, that is parenthetical. That means it is coming at the end of the sentence. So when you are using at the end of the sentence, it should be in the round bracket. So author's surname, come followed by comma, and year or date of the publication should be mentioned. So this is the two forms of insight text citations. Now let's see, following are the examples, so that is it will be easy for you to understand. So if you are sourcing one source with one author, so authors, so always when you are citing an author in your insight, we are talking only about the insight in text citations right now. We have not come to reference list yet. So closely you listen. So if you are, when you are citing during your in-text citations, if there is a source you want to quote with one author, so you are going to write the author's surname So author's last name will be written in first. Okay, author's surname will be written in first, and then the year of publication. So you will not include any suffixes such as junior or initials, you will not put. So here you can see an example, author's surname in bracket, you can see year, found that. So this is the first part. First, that is in text citation. Here the author, the resource is cited within the text. Okay. So next example, you can see the social worker is skilled to do risk assessment. So at the end of the sentence, in round brackets, when you write the, when you cite uh, at the end of the sentence, it has to be specified in round bracket, the author's surname followed by comma, and then year of publication. So now another example I can give you. So when you cite two authors, how will you cite? So when you use the word, you have to, so when, if you are using, you want to cite two authors resource, then you have to mention, use the word and between the author's name and the sentence, and then use and symbol in the bracket at the end of the sentence. So here two ways. Now one is within the sentence and the other is at the end of the sentence. So within the sentence, you can see, like you can see first example, you are joining both the authors by the word and you are writing and fully, not using a symbol. Okay. And then in bracket at the end, after writing two authors, you are writing the year round bracket, the year of publication is mentioned. Okay, next one, research findings show that. So at the end of the sentence, when you write, you have to write both the author's surname, and in between both the authors, you have to use the symbol and. You are not writing A and D at the end of the sentence. So you are writing both the author's name, and in between the author's name, you are using a symbol and comma, and then year of publication, and both year and the name of the authors both are within the round bracket. So this is the how to cite a two author. So here is an example. Name three reasons why this example is not correct. So you can see first one, J Perry and symbol is there, and D Scott is there. So here they, only surname of the author is need to be written. So that's why it is not the correct way of writing. So you can see the correct form of writing is author's surname for Perry. And so when you are writing in text, you have to write and fully A and D and Scott in bracket, in round bracket, year of publication. So this is the correct way of writing, citing the author. Now let's see, if you are citing in your text, when you are writing the text or preparing the research paper or writing even the assignment, if you want to cite more than three authors, so three or more authors, how do you write? So you have to list only the first author's name followed by et al. So you will write only first author's surname, and which is followed by et al in every citation, and even at the first, unless doing it will create some confusion. So you can see in the two forms, like in text, within the text, and at the end of the sentence, parenthetical. So first one, Kernis et al. 2019 in bracket suggest. So this is the in text. The next one is at the end of the sentence, in round bracket, Kernis et al. Full stop, comma followed by comma, and year of publication. Both year and the author name is within the round bracket. So here use the, suppose if you are using two citations of the same author, suppose same author has done two publications or two resources, okay, different same year and different publications or different resources are available, how are you going to quote? So you have to use the lowercase letters, that is A, B, C in numerals, small letters you will use, and you will when you are writing in the text, you will write the research by Bennett in round bracket 2015A. So this is the first resource. If the first resource, earlier resource is, you will give a small lowercase a, and if it is later research, that one you will give as denote as B. So the same author has given written two resources or two articles, you want to cite it, you have to cite like this. Okay. So suppose if you are using the two authors those who are having the last name, same last name. Sometimes it may occur like when you are writing, when you are referring the sources, you will come across the authors who are having the same surname. First name is different, only the last name is same. So in such case, what you are usually we are writing in APA style, we are putting the surname in the first, that is last name in first. Okay, so in case both the authors are having same surname, then in that case, what you are supposed to do, you will put the initials first and then the last names later you will write. So first you will mention the initial only in case when both the authors are having same surname. So here I have given example, you can see Johnson and Johnson. So E Johnson, E dot, initial first you will write and then the surname, comma, year of publication, semicolon, and then initial of the next resource and then surname, comma, year of publication. So this is the way you have to cite and use the name of the body in the citation. Suppose if you are using any organization. So when there is no author, organization itself is the author. Say for example, WHO, World Bank, okay, UNICEF, like this. So use the name of the body in the citation. So when you are writing the sentence in text me, if you are writing example, World Bank and year in round bracket. And at the end of the sentence, if you are writing in light of the economic depression, at the end of the sentence in parenthetical, that is within the round bracket, you are going to write both the organization and the year of publication. So next one is, say, suppose if you do not have author, I said if it is an organization like, World Bank, WHO, UNICEF, all these things, you can simply write the organization as author itself. But here, if you come across anything, no author, no organization, then how do you write? You never use anonymous. So you don't write if author is not available, I can write anonymous. You are not supposed to use anonymous term when you are using this APA style. Okay. Then coming to journal. Suppose if you want to cite a journal in your in text citation, so how to use that in text? Exactly same as how you are citing the book reference. So in the book reference, you are going to cite by using the author's surname and the year of publication. So you can see the example is very simple: the author's name, surname, and in round bracket, year of publication. Then coming to electronics resources, like if you have anything you want to use from electronic resources, e-journal or anything, you have to same way, you will follow the author date style, author's name, surname, you will write, and in round bracket you will mention the date, year of publication. So now so in the beginning of the session, we have seen about what is paraphrasing. I already have briefed you about what is paraphrasing. So paraphrasing it is the authors, you are word by word, you are giving your own, your own reproducing the original idea of the author in your own words. So you are giving, originally you are giving the idea of the other person, but you are reproducing in your own words. Okay, so here APA prioritizing in APA style, they prioritizing paraphrasing instead of directly quoting the original source. So here also, when you are paraphrasing, also you are supposed to quote author date citation system. So now you can see, suppose direct quotations. I told you paraphrasing, I told. Then next is quotations. I told regarding quotations also how when you are going to. So in case when you are unable to reproduce in case you are unable to reproduce the original ideas in your own words, or it is limiting, or it is biasing, then in that case you are going to put the direct quotation sources directly. So producing word by word, it may create bias. So sometimes you may give the reference by quoting directly. So in such case, you have to follow author's name, year of publication, and the specific page number for the reference. Okay, so here, if there is only one page, you can abbreviate the page as P dot, that means only one page, and P at more than one page. Okay, so in direct quotations, there are two ways of citing the thing. So you have to see what type of, there are two types of quotations. So if the quotation is called as short, if the quotation is less than 40 words, if the quotations are within less than 40 words or within 40 words, it is called as short quotation. And it is exceeding more than the 40 words, it is called as long quotation. So the both you have to cite differently the short quotation and the long quotations. You cannot quote it uniformly. So you can see here, use quotation marks. So if it is a short quote, that means which is lesser than 40, you have to use quotation marks. So those, whatever the quotation, it has to be written under quotations. And you will directly after quotation, you will write the author of the source, that is with a surname, and the publication date in round bracket. And then you will write the page number, either P or P. More than one page, you will write PP. So this is the way of quoting direct. So here is an example you can see in narrative. So in text, in within the sentence it is coming, it is a narrative. So you can see, according to APA 2020, a direct quotation reproduces words verbatim from another work. So here the quotation is, it's a short quotation which is less than 40 words, and you can see how it is paged, P abbreviated the word para s sorry, page is P dot and full stop, and then page number. One single page means, suppose if there are more than pages, you have to write PP. So if you are writing at the end, then here again same quotations you have to write. The whole thing quotation directly you will mention, and at the end of the sentence you will give the source. That is, the source here is APA, comma, and date of publication 2020, comma, and page dot and page number. So this is the way you have to. So suppose if I said long quotations, so long quotations are there more than 40 words, I said. So in that case, you are not going to use quotations under quotations. You will not put the quotation mark here when you are citing the long quotation. So it will be written like this. The whole quotations will be written, but it is not under the quotation mark. And at the end of the quotations, in round bracket, author surname, then year or date of publication, followed by comma, and the page number. If there are more than one page, you are going to put PP and page number. So this is the example. Suppose if the page number is not available, in any quotations, page number is not available, then how are you going to cite? So you can see pages are not numbered, but sometimes headings are available, subheadings are available. Then you will be counting the author. You have to count the number of paragraphs after heading the paragraph containing in the quotation. So in a long quotations, you have to see how many paragraphs are there, and then you will number the paragraph, which paragraph you have used in cited in your reference. That should be numbered, like whether first para or second para. So you have to count it manually. If the page number is not available, you have to count it manually. So how do you are going to search? The example is author's name. Okay, author name, then your date of publication 2003, comma, para. So which para you have referred? First para, second para, or third para. So whichever you have cited, that para dot one. Then in case if it is an electronic document, which is page number is not available, then also how you can denote. So this is the symbol. It is called as Pilcrow symbol. So this symbol is called as a Pilcrow symbol. It is the abbreviation of the para. It is the symbol used in abbreviation of the para. So in an electronic document where the page number is not available, you can use author's surname and comma, year of date of publication, comma, and the here paragraph symbol, that is Pilcrow symbol, and which paragraph it is, 5. So like that, you have to give citation for your para. Suppose if you are unable to use the Pilcrow symbol, then you can write para full and then para number 5. So this is the two ways also you can write when you are citing the electronic document in your insight. So when you use the abbreviation, suppose when during your text, when you are writing an assignment, you may use some abbreviation. So APA style permits the use of abbreviations that appear as word entries. For example, AIDS, these are standard abbreviations. So when you are using the abbreviations in your text, how to cite that one? So you have to say, for example, reconstruction and development program. So first time when you are citing, you have to expand it fully. Okay, and later on, when you are repeating the same term later in your citation, then you that time you can write as RDP in abbreviation form, comma, a year of the or date of the publication in from second time onwards. First time onwards, say for WHO, so World Health Organization, full you will write first, and from next time onwards, when you are writing, you will be writing WHO and year in the round bracket. So this is the way, in case when if you are citing a personal communication, so personal communication, so here there is no information required to reference list in the for the personal communication, but cite the communicator's name with the initials. So you can cite the personal communication with the name of the initials, like P. Jones, and in bracket, in round bracket, you will mention personal communication and the date, which date it was, and the year commenced that. So this is the in-text citations. So even personal communication also, it can be referred like that, but it will not be appearing in the reference list. So now, so far we have seen the types of insight in-text citations. Okay, so now we will see the list of references. How are you going to compile? So I said this is the second part of the referencing style. So first one we have seen within the text, how are you going to cite, whether within the sentence or at the end of the sentence. Two forms we have discussed and so many examples we have seen. So now let's see a list of references. So list of references, as you all know, it will be at the end of your text. You are going to compile the list of all the references which you have cited in your text. So you are going to compile all the list. So here how it should be done. So this is the format. When you are writing reference, it should be at the center. It should not be underlined. Okay, it should not be written as a reference list also. You should simply write references. No underlining, no it should be centered in the page, not towards the right or the left. It should be centered. It should be written only as reference, not written as a reference list. Okay, like this, it will go. So all these things, and there should be no quotation mark between the reference word. Okay. So basic format for citing a book according to Vancouver style. So you can see these are the so whatever we have discussed so far is insight citation. So in the list of when you are citing the list of textbooks or a journal, the format is entirely different. So carefully you can listen. So what is the basic format for citing a book? So here the list of author or authors. So you will write all the author's surname, which is followed by initials. Then year of the publication of the book in round bracket. Okay, and then title of the book. So title of the book will be written in italics, and then edition in round bracket. So edition will be mentioned in the round bracket if it is not the first edition. If it is the first edition, no need to mention. And the publisher, name of the publisher. And also see in the revised 7th edition of APA guidelines, it is given, it is included DOI also. So DOI means it is the digital object identifier. It is identifying the digital resource of journal articles. Okay, it can be retrieved. So it will identify the source where it is available. So it is called digital object identifier. It is a unique number will be there that will give identification, or you will be able to identify the resource of a journal or a book or any data set which you have cited in your this thing. So the first line of each citation is left adjusted, and every subsequent line is indented in 5 to 7. So you can understand this one. You can see this pic very clearly. So the first line will be at the close to the left margin. Okay. And the next line will be after 5 to 7 spaces. It will not be in the same line parallel to the first line. So it is called hanging indent. So it is called entries arranged in alphabetical order with hanging indent. Hanging indent means only the first line will be close to the left margin, and next line onwards it will be 5 to 7 spaces. The next line will follow indentation. So this is called hanging indent. So this is the way you have to write. So you should not write parallel line from the first line, second line. You should not write. So that is not the APA style it will become. So this is the example. So we have seen how to cite an author for a textbook. Say, for example, DOI is not available. So in such case, what you can do? So you can write the author's name, then with the initial, okay, surname will come first and initial, and then year of the publication in bracket, round bracket, and the title of the source, title of the book should be in italic, okay. A built environment, then you can see publisher Liverpool University Press. So say for example, this DOI is not available, okay. So how to cite a journal article. So you can see author or authors. Thus here you will know, see anywhere you cite an author, it will be only the surname. So the last name will be written as a first name and then followed by initials. So the last name will be written first, followed by initials. So and then year of the publication in the round bracket, then article's title, the title of the article. So if it is a journal, what is the title of the article? And then journal title. So name of the journal. So the article title will not be in italic. Okay, and the title of the journal will be in italic, and the volume of the journal, if available, that also volume also will be in italic, and issue number. Suppose if the issue number is available, that will be not written in italic, it will be in the round bracket. So page number of the article, it will be followed by page number of the article, and again DOI or URL. URL means it is the link of the online source where you have cited. If suppose if it is an online journal, so you have to quote the URL link also. DOI, you know that already we have discussed, digital object identifier. So the first line also, here also when you are citing the journal also, the first line of the each citation will be left adjusted. Every subsequent line is indented 5 to 7 spaces. Okay, so here you can see the typically the example. See author name, okay, surname followed by initials, year of publication within the round bracket, and the title of the article. Okay, it is not italic, and you can see the name of the journal in italic. Primary healthcare, it is written italic, and you can see 26, it is the volume is italic, and the issue. So this journal is issue is available, issue is written in the round bracket, issue is not italic, and here you can see DOI is available. So that DOI number is also specified here. So you can see everything is there. Author's name, year, article title, and journal of the journal title, which is in italic. And then you can see indent of 5 to 7 spaces. I said only the first line is towards the left adjusted, and the next line onwards, it will be 5 to 7 spaces will be there for writing the next line onwards. Then volume number, and which is in round bracket 8. This is the issue number. If issue number is not available, you may mention only the volume and page nation. So page number, so here it is continued 34 to, so ranges you have to mention, and this is the DOI. Okay, so this is the format of citing the journal. So here, this is a 7th edition, same thing what we have discussed so far. The same thing example is given, how to write the author's name and other things. So, and this also we have seen when you are arranging the full article, or after writing the full reference, either a book or a journal, it has to be first line will be left adjusted, and next line onwards it is 5 to 7 spaces indented will be there. So it is a hanging format it is called. Suppose in APA, if you are using, I said three authors, if you are using in-text citation, you may use the et al. After writing the first author name. in case of inside sales. But here, in case of writing a reference list, you have to list all the authors' name. All the 19 authors. Suppose if there is a 20 authors in your citation, so you have to list all the authors' surname followed by initials. Now, write all the 19 authors first, and then use the and symbol and write the 20th author, and then other things follow, same example. And if it is less than 19, so all the authors will be, followed by, all the surname of the authors will be followed by, separated by comma. So what are the other articles? So we have seen an example of book. We have seen an example. So what are the other articles should be cited? So all these content, like any online content, encyclopedia, yearbooks, sets, conference proceedings, non-English books, thesis, dissertation, manuscript, government publications, scholarly journals, magazines, newspaper, digital object, audiovisual materials, posters, everything, all these materials should be cited. Okay. So other than the revised edition guidelines of APA, so they have given some guidelines other than, besides books and journals, how do you use media? Suppose if you have used a media, you have cited reference to a film. So you must write the director name as an author. In case of TV series, you can write producer's name as an author, or the writer name as, and the producer's name you can use author. In case of podcast episode, host of the episode you have to write as an author. In case of webinar, who is the instructor who is taking a session, their name can be written as an author. In online streaming video, a person or a group who uploaded the video should be uploaded, and photograph. So these are the, so in the revised APA guidelines, these are the, accepted abbreviations. You can see edition should be written in short. The revised edition, how the short is written. So these are the things. So now quickly we will move on to the Vancouver style of referencing. So Vancouver style of referencing, it is the author number system. So first one we have seen is author date system. So this is the author number system. So it was created in 1978 at the International Committee of Medical Journal Editors Conference in Vancouver. And so it has taken name. From that time onwards, it was known as Vancouver style. It is primarily used, most of the health researchers like biomedical and health sciences research, this we follow Vancouver style. So even our MSc dissertations and many of our projects, we follow Vancouver style, and it is the most widely followed style of referencing in medical and biomedical researchers. So what are the elements of Vancouver style? So citations in the body, in the text. So you here, when you are in text citation, so you know what is in text. Of course, when you are writing the content, already we have discussed. So during the in text citations, how to cite your source. So note that you will be giving a number. You will be giving a numerals either in the round bracket, or you will be superscripting at the end of the sentence or at the end of the paragraph after the full stop. So you will be giving a number at the end of the source where you have cited, or where you have rephrased, or you have quoted the some author's ideas. There you will either you can give a number 1 in round bracket, or you can write it as a superscript. And then here also two part, one is in text citation, the other one is numbered reference list. So numbered reference list, you can see number is placed at the point. I said no, in a bracket, round bracket. The number can either appear within the round bracket. You can see number 2, and or superscripted. Superscripted means it will appear as a square on top. Okay, and consecutively you will be giving number throughout your text, like 1, 1, and 1 is a different source, and number 2 is a different next source, and number 3, and so on. Consecutively you will be numbering your text throughout your text, giving citations to the author. And later in your list of referencing, when you are compiling the references, all the number 1's reference will take place at number 1. And number 2's, the resource will appear as in the list, in your reference list will appear as a second source. So like that, it will be given. So here, if citing multiple references in one citations, you can give, suppose you have in your one paragraph itself, you have used multiple references, 2-3 references. So you can write it as number. When you are writing a number at the end of the paragraph, you can consecutively, you can like 5 to 7, 3, 5, 6, 7, all the 3 pages you have cited. So you are giving a reference, you can give 5-7. You can give either in the round bracket or as a superscript. Sometimes, because here you are putting hyphen because it is inclusive, that is continuously it is coming 5, 6, 7. Suppose sometimes number, the references may not be inclusive. So non-inclusive number. So 3 or 2 references you have used. So non-inclusive number you can use 8, 10, and 12. So here is an example as a superscript. So you can see the superscript appears at the end of the sentence or at the end of the paragraph after the full stop. So 3, if you have used more than one source, you can cite all the 3 sources, but these numbers are not continuous. That's why you cannot write in the hyphen. So 8, 10, and 12. It is a non-inclusive number. So multiple citations can be given in your text. Citation number should be placed outside the full stop. So always when you are writing the number or when you are doing the superscript, it should be appearing at the end of the paragraph at the after the full stop and within the colons or semicolons inside. If you are using the between the colons and semicolons, it should be inside the colons and semicolons. And if you are writing, it should be after the full stop. So here is an example of insight referencing system. You can see a round bracket is used here, number 1. Then next, this one, from despite the positive effects of women employment, you can see at the number 2 is used here. Suppose if you are putting a superscript, the superscript should be after the full stop. So 2 will be appearing on top at the end of the paragraph. Here 1 will be appearing on top after the full stop. So this is the in-text citations. Now coming to reference list. So reference list is how to cite the reference list. Reference list, it appears at the end of the title document, and it includes only the sources which you. So what are the sources in the reference? I told you whatever the sources you have cited in your article or in your assignment, that only is going to appear in the list. So that is called reference list. It is not a bibliography. Okay. So reference list entries appears at the same order as title. Like you have given throughout the text, you have given consecutively number 1, 2, 3. Suppose if you have given throughout the text while writing the research, if you have given 1 to 50, you have given a number superscript or a round bracket number you have given, then that should be all the 50 entries should appear in your reference list. So this is the example of reference list in Vancouver style, you can see. So next we will move on to the format of the author. So there are different format exist for the different publications. So books, journal, thesis, dictionary, scientific report, or electronic documents. So everything, there is a different format exist for different type of different type of sources. So this is the source of the, this is the format. This is the standard format for writing the book publication. So let us see with the example. So here you can first author's last name and first name. Okay, so author's name and the second author's last name and first name. So here also the surname will come first, and then their first name will appear later, either initial or full it may be. Then title of the book, then after that place of the publication and publisher and year of the publication. So this is the format. So here also now you can understand by this example, so you have author's surname followed by initials or first name, and the title of the book. Title of the book is not in italic here. Okay, and then you can see the place of the publication and name of the publisher and year of the publication, and if page number is available also you can mention. So now you can see this is the format. So first is either author or editor name. Then if the title of the book, and if there is a subtitle also available, you can write title colon subtitle. Then edition, if it is not the first edition, then you have to mention second or third edition. Then if sometimes there may be volume available, volume 1, volume 2 available for the textbook. If it is a multi-volume, you have to mention the volume, then place of the publication, followed by colon, and the name of the publisher, followed by semicolon, and year of the publication, full stop, and page number appropriately. So if it is appropriate, it is not always in Vancouver style, it is not always mandatory to mention page number. If available, you can mention. If not available, not necessary. It is not always mandatory. So this example we have already seen. So what are the general guidelines for citing a author in a Vancouver style? So it entirely different from APA. These both are not similar, or entirely it is a different style of writing. You can see. So when you are writing, list the names of author in order as they appear on the publication, whether in the first author, second author, third author. So same, that order of the author should be maintained the same way. And first, surname of the author will come first, followed by initials, and no spaces will be written for the initial. Here you can see example, surname of the author, Smith and CK. So Smith, CK. So you can see there is no space between the surname. Smith is a surname and initial CK. There is no space. It is written continuously. Then capitalize the surname. So when you are writing surname, so first word should be first letter should be capitalized, and enter space as they appear in the publication. So you can see in the names as they appear in the publication. Here is the example. Suppose where there are 6 authors, or 6 or more than 6 authors, list all the authors' names. So if in your resource you have only 6 authors, or less than 6 authors, you have to list all the authors' surname followed by initials. Okay. So in case where there are more than 7 authors, more than 6 authors, 7 and more authors, then list the first 6 authors followed by et al. Okay, so this is the unique style which is followed in Vancouver style. So if the source is more than 6 authors, or 7 authors, or more than 7 authors, you are going to list only the surnames of the first 6 authors followed by et al. Okay, and place a comma and space between each name, and do not use and or and symbol to separate the last 2 authors. So this is the guidelines for writing a thing. So what is the key in each of these things? So when you are writing the title of the book, use sentence case. You have to capitalize only the first word. So when you are using the title of the book, you are going to use the first letter of the first word will be in caps. So only capitalize only the first letter, first word, the first letter. And edition, if it is not the first edition, you are going to mention as second edition in short, abbreviated. Okay, and publisher details, it should include place of publication followed by colon, name of the publisher followed by semicolon, and year of the publication, full stop. And pagination is, if available, you can write total pages. If it is 1 page, you can write P, or if this continuous, you can write P dot, and all the more than 1 page can be mentioned. Suppose I said some of the books may have multiple volumes. So in that case, what you must do, so after writing this, so you can see this format, all the surnames of authors are written. Then you can see after writing the edition, okay, 9th edition. So it is in short, you will use the abbreviated term 9th edition. The title of the book is here, 9th edition, and volume 2. So here I have underlined for showing you the example, not it. You are not supposed to underline when you are writing your reference. Then place of the publication, place of publication happen, and name of the publisher, followed by a semicolon, and year of publication, full stop. So if it is multiple volume, Then coming to place of publication, sometimes the city where the book is being published, it may not be clear. So in that case, you have to go for a go for the state or the country. So you have to clear. So here you can see the example, place of publication. After write colon, then you can write, give one space. See, after the edition, see, this is Edinburgh. So Edinburgh, if the place of the publication is not clear, you can write, denote it, the state or the country also, London, followed by colon. So this is the example. Then publisher's name should be spelled out in full. So whoever is a publisher, it should be elaborated fully, it should be spelled out. Like here in the example, I have given Churchill Livingston, followed by semicolon. So year of publication. So after writing the place of the publication, state of the publication, and the name of the publisher, the semicolon, then year of the publication should be written, full stop. And if page number available, it can be written. Otherwise, it's not mandatory. So these are the guidelines. Then page numbers also I have given. Page numbers, you are using abbreviated P. Abbreviated P. And you P, if there are many pages, P, full stop, small p, you are going 202 to 77. So you are not going to write 277. Unnecessarily, you will not repeat the digit. So 202 hyphen 77. That means 277. So here are some of the examples you can see. So if the one author textbook, you can see author name, title of the book, edition, place of the publication, name of the publisher, year. So here multiple authors up to six authors I have given. Here also an example of 2 to 6 authors. If more than 6 authors, you are going to write the 6 authors and use the word et al. So here is an example of citation of a book. You can see here more than 6 authors. So after writing all the 6 authors, you will comma, separated by comma from each author's surname and initials. You use the word et al, comma, and full stop. Then title of the textbook, then edition, place of the publication, name of the publisher, and the year of publication. Suppose in case no author is available, so a book is there, no author, then you can write what is the title of the book, you can write. So here is an example, the Oxford Concise Medical Dictionary edition, then place of publication, name of the publisher, and page number. Okay, so examples of here are many examples of the citations of the book. Suppose we have seen so far about the books. Suppose if you are going to cite the editor's name, you have to mention, after writing the surname of the authors, you have to mention as editor. If it is a single author has editor, or if multiple author have editor, you have to use the word editors. So Miller's M editor. So here is the example. After writing the author's name, you are using the editor. So do not underline, just for highlighting. I have then many editors are there, multiple editors are there, that can be written as, after writing the surname of the author separated by comma, you can write as editors, then followed by title of the book and place of the publication and publisher, year, everything. So if it is a e-book, so suppose if you have referred a e-book, then how to cite that one. So author's surname, okay, then title of the book, because it is a e-book, you have to mention as internet. So in the square bracket, you will be writing it is a e-source. So you have to denote a e-source by mentioning as an internet in square bracket. Then other thing follows as usual, place, publisher, and year, cited date. So here additionally in the year, when you are writing year, you have to write cited date also, which date you have cited, and because it is e-source, and you have to write a mention about the available from URL link. So which is the website link which is available, which you have referred, that has to be written. So in ebook, this is additionally you have to mention after the title, you have to, in a square bracket, you have to mention internet, then cited date also you have to mention, then available from URL link also. So this is the example of citing a ebook. So coming to next one, citing the journal. So you can see this is the standard format of citing the journal article. So here author's name, as usual, you write the surname with a followed by initials, then title of the journal article, comma, followed by title of the journal. So here, this is the very important thing you have to notice. Title of the journal will be abbreviated. So if you do not know the abbreviation of the standard abbreviated title of the journal, then you have to refer to the National Library of Medicine. So this is the website. There, if you enter the journal's name, you will get the abbreviated journal title you will get. So here is a link it is given. So abbreviate the title according to the style used in the Medline, or here it is the link of the site where you can access abbreviated journal. So you will not be writing the full title of the journal. You will only use the abbreviated title of the journal, which is available in the National Library of Medicine. So this is the example how to cite the author. So here, author's surname followed by initials, then title of the journal article. What is the title of the journal article? Then title of the journal, you can see it is in italic, title of the journal in italic, and also it is abbreviated. It is abbreviated, and it is year of the publication followed by semicolon. And if the volume is available, you have to mention volume. After volume, there is no space given, and after volume, within the round bracket 4. So this is the issue. So what is written after the volume, it is the issue which is written in round bracket. There is no space between these two, and then followed by colon, then page number. So this is the format of citing the journal. So this is another example. So already we have discussed this one, so I'm not going to in detail about this. Then coming to, here is another journal. You can see 6 authors. If more than 6 authors, use et al. So you can see if a journal is written by more than 6 authors, you can use after writing 6 authors surnames separated by comma, you can use et al. And then article title is written. And because it is a e-journal, suppose if you have accessed the e-journal and you want to cite the e-journal resource, you have to, after writing the abbreviated title of the journal, you have to write in square bracket. Internet should be written square bracket. And you can see after the year of publication, cited 8 December 2016. So in a e-source, you have to also write the date of the cited date of the citation done under the square bracket. Then you have to include the available from URL, which is a link, because it is a e-journal. So this is the format of writing the e-journal. Suppose if it is, if you have referred a source from database like Medline, PubMed, so you have to how to write that one. So that also, if it is an online database, you have to, so after writing the author's name and separated by surname, then title of the article, then abbreviated journal. So you can see International Journal of Dental Hygiene. This is the standard abbreviation of the journal title. Then in square bracket, internet, you have to write it's an online source, then year of publication, then cited date. In square bracket, it should be written cited on 2009 June, date it is written. And this is a volume 3, and issue is after the volume followed by issue is 4, and colon page number. So here you can see page number digits are not repeated, 230. So can see. So available from Medline. So the database, whichever the database it is available, you have to mention available from Medline, or available from PubMed, or available from any other database that has to be mentioned. After mentioning the database followed by colon, you have to give the DOI and the link available from URL, what is the link of the website or online source. So this is the way you can cite the thing. In case of dictionary and similar references, you can see the same format will be followed. Name of the dictionary, edition, place, publisher, year, you can see. So in case of conference proceedings, so conference proceeding will be treated as a book only. So the author format will be same as authors or author, single author or multiple authors, surname, then title of the conference, then place, followed by colon, and publisher and date of publication. So this is the way, this is how you can cite the conference. Suppose if it is an organization, you like WHO, UNICEF, or anything. So here is an example given: American Veterinary Medical Association, National Examination Committee. So after that, North American Veterinary Licensing Examination, then Bulletin of Information for candidates. Okay, and the year. If it is a government publication, Australian Bureau of Statistics or World Health Organization or UNICEF, whatever it is. So the name of the organization as author itself, and then title and other things will follow as it. Place of publication, year of publication, and page number. So if it is a thesis, so authors who have written the thesis, then title of the thesis or MSc dissertation, you will be writing the title of the research, title of the dissertation or title of the thesis, and in square bracket you have to write MSc, dissertation, or you have to write thesis, PhD dissertation or thesis, whatever, and the place followed by colon, publisher, and date of publication. So this is the example. Even the pamphlet, maps, also everything you have to cite. So almost all, for everything I have given an example. And regarding online source, already we have discussed, you have to write when it is an online source, you should write internet, and also you have to additionally write after the year when it was accessed, and also you should include the available from URL link. So if it is a software, you can software, how it can be cited. So the name of the AP info is a software, it is a statistical software. You can write, and what is the version that can be written, and what is the title and year of publication. So this is how you have to. So these are some of the resources which may be helpful for you for referring. And these are some of the referencing softwares which you can use it for your, when you are referencing, when you are doing a research work. EndNote, Zotero, and RefWorks. These are some of the softwares available. Hope this we have come to an end of my presentation. So I try to cover both with some of the examples so that you can understand easily what is APA style of referencing and what is Vancouver style of referencing. So in conclusion, so this, I hope this will be useful for you for your when you are doing a research work or when you are writing an assignment. So always give credit to the authors or cite the source in your text and also reference list, so that you do not plagiarize. Okay. So with this note, I would like to conclude my session, and I would like to thank Deepti ma'am for giving an opportunity for this session. Thank you, ma'am, for giving the opportunity.
You're always welcome, ma'am. I have to thank you because you are always available in your busy schedule also for us, especially for the Samarpan. Thank you so much, ma'am. It was a wonderful session. As you have, I believe that you have lots of things to be explore more with the student, but due to the shortage of time, you minimize your this thing, because I always seeing that you have lots of slides with lots of references, with lots of examples. Today also you given lots of examples, live examples, that how they can go with the bibliography in the this thing, Vancouver style and APA style, and why it is needed to be say thank you to the citations part, to the authors, you know, from where they are taking the references. So it was all book packs means. And I have seen that you have given how to write the references for the books also, with the journals also,
Yes,
with the onlines also, everything means you detailed, except that Vancouver, we have put it Vancouver and this thing means AP style, then you put it in so many things along with that. So thank you so much, ma'am, for taking such this part such a big deal for you, and you put it your own everything and all parts of experience to project this topics. Thank you so much, ma'am. And I wish that in
thank
the
you, ma'am.
future also we'll have you with us in other
Yes,
research
ma'am.
part.
Thank you.
Thank you so
It's
much.
always my pleasure to be part of your programs. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, all the participants, all the delegates that you are here up to 4:30, as our time is up to 4 only. And this shows that you are
Yeah.
having keen interest to learn more and more new things. We are trying our level best to take the research part in the picture now in these days, as the research is going to be lapsing in the Uttar Pradesh, I must say. So we, the Samarpan group, are trying to have the things on pictures and just tell the people that how the research are changing their aspects day by day. So with these expert panels, we are here, and today is the second last day to finish this international webinar series. Tomorrow we are having the last lecture, that is on statistics. I wish everyone will be there for tomorrow's lecture also. Thank you so much. Take care. Stay healthy. Stay blessed. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. We'll meet again. Bye
Thank
bye.
you, ma'am. Wish you happy Saraswati Puja.
Thank you. Wish you the same. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am.
In our college, grand celebration is going on.
Our college also celebration was there,
Mm,
but I have
mm,
some work for the international
okay, okay.
visitors on 26,
Mm,
from 26 to 7 to our campus. So I'm
okay,
just busy
okay.
with that scheduled back. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
everyone.
ma'am. Thank
Thank
you.